There is no right or wrong way to grieve, no roadmaps to help us through the early dark days. Each of us, in time, will find our own way.
In life, like everything, I think our pain and our joys are intermingled. And when you've loved and cared and nourished and a son or a daughter and lost, that, I think, the extent of our love becomes then the extent of our pain nearly.
I thought I was prepared because we knew it was coming, and we knew it was going to be really painful. I didn't realise just how completely all-engulfing and overwhelming that pain was going to be, and how intensely physical. I'm just terrified about how am I going to live my life like this.
For 4 months I couldn't cry, even though I really wanted to, I just couldn't. And I was very, very distressed. It was really a nightmare period.
At that point, those couple of days prior to her passing, we're fully of the view that she's going to come through this, she's home, there's a plan in place now, she's back on track to where she should be and so on. And then suddenly 24 hours later, you are thrown into this complete and utter hellstorm.
The pain I felt that night, the hurt, the pain that's still in my stomach, the grief I feel since I've lost Sarah, and from that minute that I heard it, the emptiness, the pain is just unbearable. I've never in my life felt anything like it.
One of the key things that bereaved parents will say to you in the early days is, please tell me I'm not going mad. And grief is crazy, but we're not actually going mad. It's just we do crazy things in it, We find ourselves driving down the road someday and we're heading somewhere, and suddenly we find ourselves on the road to the hospital because it has become a habit. And suddenly thinking, what's wrong with me, So it's letting us see, no, that's not madness, that's grief.
In the beginning, every day is an obstacle, every hour is an obstacle. Even dropping the kids to school, there was a lot of challenges. But I think every time you faced into one of those obstacles, you got a little bit more resilient and stronger for the next time and for the next time.
The time frame of the journey will differ for each one of us. To me, it's very much learning to manage your loss as well as managing your day-to-day life. And I think if we can actually oscillate between the two like a pendulum, that, into our day-to-day life, we work in moments when we can actually sit with our loss.
The periods of despair got shorter. They were like, in the beginning, they were just all day, every day. And then maybe they were like an afternoon. You got a good afternoon or a good morning. And then some days you got a whole good day.
Everybody finds their route to keep going. I think, having met parents from with the Anam Cara meetings and so on, you'll find a pace, you'll find a way, and you'll find people and an activity or situations that will help, and it changes.
Life is precious, and I used to always push that for Sarah. And when she went, I didn't think I'd ever think that again. Now I do. I know now again, life is precious. And parents will smile again. If they help themselves too. They have to help themselves to do it.
And when everything is done and you have to adjust, you can't go back. There's no going back. It's, as I said, we are who we are in part because our child has died. So there is a new life now, and there's a new normal, and it's incorporating that child into the new life, which is in what is a very healthy way.
The intensity of our grief reflects the intensity of the love and bond we shared with our child.